It is time to grab your swimsuits, folks. The 2021 Polar Plunge is on. This fun and frigid event supports Special Olympics Colorado, which provides year-round sports training and athletic competition for thousands of athletes with intellectual disabilities. Joining us now is President and CEO of Special Olympics Colorado, Megan Screman. So, Megan, thank you for being with us. You know, jumping into ice-cold water does seem like a crazy idea, but it has such an important purpose. Tell us how the Polar Plunge benefits Special Olympics Colorado.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. Polar Plunge series, and I must thank our presenting sponsor, Western Credit Union. This is our largest fundraising series of the year. So we really rely on the money that we raise from this series of events to fund all of our programs. We serve more than 15,000 athletes or individuals with intellectual disabilities across the state. Our athletes can compete in 21 different sports year-round. They train, they compete. We have a whole host of athlete leadership programming, of unified schools programming. That's actually in 400 Colorado schools. And that's all about creating welcoming and inclusive schools. And we have health programming. We provide free health screenings to our athletes in areas like vision, audiology, and dentistry. So it's our goal to raise almost $500,000 through this year's Polar Plunge series. So any dollar, every ounce of support we receive makes a big difference.
So tell us, Megan, a little bit more about the Polar Plunge series, because I understand it's a fundraising event, a series of events that are happening over the next few months, and people can take part in both in person as well as virtually. Is that right?
Yes, absolutely. So this year for our Polar Plunge series, we say that you can choose your adventure, which means we really have something for everyone. So you can plunge from home, which means take a video of you doing something crazy and getting cold. It could be dumping a bucket of water over your head. It could be doing a snow angel. It could be taking an ice bath filled with ice. So you can plunge from home. You can also plunge in person, and even in person, we have locations across the state ranging from Wash Park in Denver to Aurora Reservoir, Colorado Springs, Windsor, Boulder. So we have plunges going on across the state. And in person, we have some where you're plunging into a body of water. And of course, we will be following all safety guidelines to make sure it's a wonderful, safe, fun experience for everyone. You can plunge into a body of water, or in locations like Colorado Springs and Denver, we'll be doing a plunge roulette, which means that you spin a wheel and that determines how you get plunged. It could be a bucket of water over the head. We'll have volunteers there with super soakers. So it can be a lot of fun, different ways where everybody can plunge and have a great, safe, fun time.
You know, the Polar Plunge is always fun, but you just hinted at it, right? We're all having to make adjustments because of the pandemic. We want to stay safe. I'm curious how Special Olympics Colorado is adapting to continue supporting athletes all year round.
Yeah, absolutely. Great question. We have had to change the way we do just about everything. So everything from the sports and competitions we offer, we are in fact continuing to offer sports, and our athletes can compete in person, but they're competing in small groups in specific sports. Our basketball season right now is an example. We're doing a skills competition. So rather than having teams compete against one another, they're practicing skills both in small groups in person or from home. And in fact, this year we already mailed out more than 400 basketball kits to athletes that can be used at home. We have also created a ton of new programming, ranging from weekly bingo to weekly trivia. We have athlete social hours every week, giving athletes the chance to connect and have fun. We've also launched a ton of health and wellness programming, everything ranging from a 5K training to what we call our Strong Minds Retreat, which gives athletes the chance to practice emotional wellness and learn about stress coping techniques, which we could all use. So we've had consecutive programming from back in March of 2020 when everything hit and we had to suspend programs through now. So we really have adapted, but really what I would say is this pandemic has been a springboard for a ton of new programming that I don't think will ever go away. So it's been a real challenging time, but also many positive things have come out of it.
I think it's wonderful to try to find the silver linings through this whole journey that we've all been enduring, you know, that we certainly didn't expect to be adventuring through. So finally, Megan, for people who want to take part or get involved in the Polar Plunge in some capacity this year, what is your best advice to do so?
Get involved. We have so many ways for people to get involved. First, of course, I have to replug the Polar Plunge. Thank you. So go to specialolympicsco.org/plunge. From there, you can choose how you want to plunge. You can plunge from home. You can plunge in person from one of our locations, or you can choose to donate and support a plunger. We also, if you go to our calendar at our website, again, specialolympicsco.org, we invite the entire community to join us as volunteers, as coaches, or participants in our weekly bingo or trivia, any of our health and wellness challenges. They really are open to the community. And finally, I would say, if you're an athlete, a potential athlete, please come join us. We want to get you involved in any way that you would like.
I love it. Megan, thank you so much for joining us. We hope many of you watching will consider taking the plunge yourself or finding other ways to support Special Olympics Colorado. And you can always head to cbsdenver.com for more details.